Excellent. I would like to call to order the regular meeting of the Board of Park Commissioners of the Wilmette Park District for Monday, July 14th, 2025. It's 7:32 p.m. Could we have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Kozlowskis?
Here.
Commissioner Duffy? Commissioner Goebel?
Here.
Commissioner Clark?
Here.
Commissioner Murdoch?
Here.
Commissioner Frazier?
Here.
Commissioner Leahy?
Here. Thank you. Item 2.2, the consent agenda. We are pulling 2.2, 2.6, 2.7, and 2.17 for review. Outside of that, can I get a motion for the consent agenda?
I move to approve the consent agenda of the July 14th, 2025 regular meeting of the Board of Park Commissioners, a copy of which is to be attached to and become a permanent part of the minutes of the meeting.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Roll call?
Commissioner Kozlowskis?
Approve.
Commissioner Duffy absent. Commissioner Goebel?
Yes.
Commissioner Clark?
Yes.
Commissioner Murdoch?
Yes.
Commissioner Frazier?
Yes.
Commissioner Leahy?
Yes. Consent agenda passes, and I would like to note within that is the employment agreement for our next executive director. Very excited to get that started. He will be starting soon, so we're looking forward to that, and a more formal introduction will happen at that time. Item 3, communications and correspondence. Is there anything additional people would like to add?
There was another form letter in our email today.
Yes.
I just maybe make a comment that I think most commissioners don't respond to form letters, just telling people
Yes.
we don't. It's
Good
because
news is
it's
it's
a
been
form.
some time since we've had that. So.
It is, but there have been a couple more recently, a couple of the same form letters.
Noted. Outside of that, is everyone okay? Move on to 4.0, but before we do so, a couple things. We have a special guest here. We'll get to you in a second. But if you plan to address the board tonight, we ask that you please come up to the podium and speak into the microphone. Each speaker will have up to 3 minutes. We will notify you when you have 1 minute remaining, 30 seconds remaining, and when you're out of time by holding up a sign and giving a verbal cue. Everything said during the meeting is recorded and broadcast live on Channel 6. Please note that the full policy for public comment is printed on page 3 of the meeting packet and explains the procedures the board adheres to in order to maintain a respectful and efficient meeting. The purpose of the public comment is for the public to share their comments and or concerns with the board. Due to time constraints of our business meeting, there is not time for dialogue. When possible, the board will address questions at the end of the meeting. If you have a specific question that is not addressed, please email the executive director. I'd like to remind everyone that we are a community of neighbors, and as such, we want our meetings to be as civil and courteous as possible. Do we have anyone that, well, should we go first with Jean? Would you like to join us? This is a special time.
Well, thankfully I'm loud, so hopefully if I'm not close to the microphone, and this is our township supervisor, Gail Eisenberg, who graciously said she would accompany me. I want to start out with a special thanks to Michelle Parson, because without Michelle's collaboration, what we accomplished would not have been possible. She and Megan Moser both are wonderful to work with, and I appreciate the chance to work with them. I'd like to give you a little background on our Child Care Scholarship Program. It began in 1992 with for daycare only, which we define as ages birth through 5, and we allocated $47,000 that year to serve 40 children. In 2000, the board approved an additional $10,500 to expand the program to cover before and after school and summer camp programs for children 6 through 13, and those are the 3 programs we have today. Initially, expenditures for summer camp scholarships were modest. So in 2006, just 10 years ago, the Wilmette Park District received $1,570 for 6 children. Over the years, the budget and the number of children receiving scholarships has grown substantially. For our current fiscal year, 2005-2006, which started March 1st, our summer camp budget was $75,000, and that's 44% of the combined $170,000 township budget for before after school daycare and summer camp. This June, the township dispersed almost $74,000 in scholarships to help 36 children from 25 families attend licensed summer camps. Of that total disbursement, the Wilmette Park District programs received over $61,000 in scholarships for 31 children. And that was 81% of our total $75,000 budget for summer 2026. Now, in contrast, a year ago, in 2024, the Park District camp programs received over $51,000 in scholarship assistance for 30 children, and that was 68% of our total $75,000 budget. So the number of children served from 2024 to 2025 increased by 1. The dollar amount expended increased by roughly $10,000, and the percentage of the total budget given to the Wilmette Park District increased by 13%. The township has always required that families apply for any available funding for the camp programs, including any scholarship assistance available through the Park District. And that's where Michelle, again, such an invaluable contribution. We worked together. This summer, the Park District contributed approximately $33,000. So the combined township and Park District contribution for scholarship assistance was approximately $94,000. Our collaboration lowers the total financial burden for families, many of whom are single working parents whose children are of an age that requires supervised childcare during the summer. For example, for the total 25 families who received township scholarship assistance, 60% are single parents. The average family income is just slightly over $40,000. And the average age of the child receiving a scholarship is 8.7 years. So these are people that need this assistance. And we appreciate the chance to work together to provide it. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I'm not, this is not off the top of my head, so I'm going to look at my notes. But the township plays an underappreciated role in our community. From emergency assistance, mental health support, to senior services and youth outreach, the township government provides local help where larger systems often fall short. This latest contribution in us working together is another example of the township's commitment to affordability, access, and community well-being. I mentioned briefly at our last meeting, the scholarship program we have is one of our most important tools to ensure that every child and family can participate fully in our programming, regardless of their financial circumstances. I believe the Park District is the most effective agent of affordability for Wilmette. Because of support like this, we offer quality programming, camps, before and after school care, importantly, which is often, like you said, a proxy for daycare. These Wilmette Experiences Collective that the township helps us with help leads children from all different backgrounds to be together. The township generosity helps us preserve access and remove barriers. Moments like this in support of the program we receive from our foundation remind me why I wanted to do this in the first place. So thank you, and please extend our thanks to everybody. Gail, Jean, thank you for coming. So. Would anyone else like to follow? That's a tough act. Public comment. I have no sign up. So seeing none, we will move on to agenda item 5, staff reports. Margaret?
Okay, my report is short. Wanted to just keep the board updated on my conversations with Chris Lindgren, the incoming executive director, who starts on Monday. I've had several conversations with him, and we're setting up his schedule. The guy will not have time to breathe next week, and he knows that. He's prepared for it, and he's excited about it. We've had some great conversations. He's really looking forward to joining us. And then lastly, I just wanted to thank you all. It's been educational, it's been interesting, it's been fun, and I've enjoyed it, and I appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you. I I had a gift for you, which is the classic gift that I forgot. But it's a sweatshirt that says Wilmette on it. So you've seen some around town. It's pink. So hopefully I'll get that to you eventually.
Thank you so much for your time with us, and it's been an important bridge during this chapter, so we appreciate you. Yeah.
All right. Parks and Planning.
Good evening. Our teams have been hard at work across the district. At Gilson, we're wrapping up the remaining punch list items with the yard hydrant scheduled to be installed this week. We're awaiting the village's final inspection at Gilson. Additionally, Langdon is progressing very well. The siding is up on the guard hut, and now we have received the architectural approval. The trim and roofing will be completed shortly. Staff will soon begin fabricating and then installing the new sail fence along the walking path to ensure walking path safety over there. So that's something we'll be working on shortly. At Hibbard, the pickleball courts have been poured. We're waiting for them to cure. And in the coming weeks, we will be putting on the colored coating. The ball field renovations are also underway. Regarding the CRC flood restoration, we currently are gathering multiple quotes from several vendors for the reconstruction. We have submitted invoices totaling nearly $390,000 as far as the mitigation portion of this project. And the flooring, we're waiting approval on the flooring for the main entrance and for the spin bikes. We're waiting from that with Perderma. We're working through that with LJ Shaw. On the solar front, we're nearly there. 3 of the roofs have been completed, and we're just awaiting ComEd's final confirmation for a July 19th cutover to do some final installation on that. Additionally, our crews have been out responding to the storms that have come through in the subsequent days. We've had a lot of downed trees, tree limbs, and they've been working hard at clearing up the parks. I'm happy to share that Anna Marie joined our team today as a new parks planner. She brings extensive architectural design experience and a strong background in community-focused projects. We're excited to have her join the team. And finally, I wanted to leave with this. From January to June of this year, we have installed and retrofitted 293 LED lights throughout the Park District.
Thank you.
Josh, one quick question at Gilson.
Yes.
I think I emailed you about traffic signs
yep.
along there. Because I don't know, when I've gone through, I still don't see anything between where Upper Drive, like it merges into the I don't know what you would call it, where Overlook starts moving out of the park. There's
Where the flagpole is? Up
yeah,
near
I
the
think
yes.
that's it, by Lakeview Center. I don't notice, I don't notice any stop signs or yield signs. And I'm also going to point out that there is a stop sign by the tennis courts that doesn't seem to be, it's not clear why it's there. It's after the crosswalk, and it's just a stop sign there. And, I think at one point you have the sort of that little roadway that leads into the beach parking lot, and that's maybe why they were put up there. But now that road is closed off, so no one is driving that way. So it's just kind of a signs there that don't always make sense.
So I can take a look at the stop sign over by the tennis courts, but I did get your email. We did talk to the architect, and we did do a field site survey a week and a half ago. We marked off where the stop signs are going to go, and we're waiting on our contractor to
Okay,
put those
so
stop
you
signs
are
in up and Upper Drive.
progressing
Yeah,
on it, yeah.
we're near the flagpole.
And could you give us a little bit more detail on the CRC? You say you're awaiting bids. Will it be a sealed bid process? Do we have any estimated completion date?
We do not have an
Even
estimated
a rough
completion
idea
delay.
when it might happen?
What I had told staff was from time of the incident, plan on at least 8 months. It could be longer. This is going to be a long process, working with insurance. I explained to staff there are going to be many times where we start, we're making some sprints, and then we're waiting on insurance and quotes from vendors and lead times for product and material. We are working with 2 vendors to secure quotes for the reconstruction.
Thank you.
Something I would like to first thank you for is digging out the playground at Gilson. Everything was so covered in the sand from the wind over the years that it was unusable. So now all of that has been dug out. I really appreciated the kids in the town, really appreciate it. So sad to hear about the whale.
Yeah.
Can you talk to us more about our beloved whale at Gilson and thoughts of what could be a good replacement item there?
So yes, unfortunately, the whale, the water feature portion, through years of kids playing with that underneath, has caused it to the point where it's non-repairable. So we are looking at a different water feature option to procure for Gilson Beach. Don't have a time frame for that yet, but we are looking at an option of, do we leave Fudgy the whale, and then maybe it's no longer a option for water, but then we put a different water feature in place. So there's things that we're looking through with staff.
Fudgy the whale?
It's
never knew
Fudgy the
she had a
whale.
name.
It has a name.
Okay.
I remember when there used to be a turtle in there. There used to be a turtle, yeah, and the kids would go dig under the turtle. Which was,
Endless fun.
yeah.
I think we'll talk about the third when we get to Dave's section, but just to say, if you haven't been to Langdon, Langdon is beautiful. I know many in this room have, but it is incredible. It is as we had hoped, and I'm excited about when all the landscaping grows in. It'll be really lovely.
Great.
Thanks, Josh.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Josh.
Josh.
Thank you, Jen.
Adam? I gotta say people's names. I'm sorry.
No way. Good evening. The golf report will be pretty quick this evening if there aren't a lot of questions. In the packet, you obviously see where we're at on rounds. It's been a busy time since the slow start to the spring. Things are progressing along. A busy June despite the heat. July has been busy every day. We did 315 rounds yesterday, which is pretty much every human and every foursome, all from sun up to sundown without missing one. So it's been a busy time. Some of our events and outings are starting to happen. Particularly proud of, we do a member guest day, which is not exactly common for a public golf course, it's more of a private club thing, but we do a women's and a men's one. There's a great photo in your packet of our ladies from the women's guest day. Of our men's club, guest day is going to be this Friday, so we're looking forward to that event, and should be well attended and a lot of fun. Weather looks perfect this Friday, so we're excited about that. Golf outings are rolling along. We just finished one. I just put all of the people on the bus at 7 o'clock and drove here. We had a great one today. Perfect weather and more coming up that we're really excited about. All charity based. It's such a great opportunity to use our facility to raise money for different factors of the community and expose new people to the golf course. So we're getting into that point of the season, and finally golf camps are in full swing, and to remind everybody, completely at capacity, 90 to 95% residents all learning the game with Coach Cole and our college staff. So that's going really well, and that's there's a maintenance update with some photos and some sodding we've been doing. Won't get too much into that. And if there's any questions, I'd be happy to take them.
I just have one comment. I noticed the junior golf is exploding. The junior members are out there all the time. I think it's just a testament. I do what we were joking about vibes earlier. It's a testament to the culture of that club where you have all these kids running around. They're learning the game. They're learning how to play. They're learning the expectations of being on the course. And it's not a problem. People embrace it. And that's a testament to you and your staff. It's an awesome place for kids in the community to learn the game. So
Thank you.
that's all I have to add.
Thank you. Thank you.
Superintendent Dave Murrow.
Couple of thank yous first. Thank you, Michelle, for all the work that you do internally with us to help get our scholarship families involved in our programs and making all that happen. Thank you. It's appreciated. And then thank you to all of my colleagues in our other departments around the district. The month of June is it. This is what we do. Like, this is the whole reason we do this, is summer camps, seasonal programs, outdoor activities. And none of that happens without all of us together, bringing it together and getting it going. And here we are, the month of June. So we've been busy. Summer camps, no doubt. The beach is busy. The beach has been great. The pool's been busy. The pool's been great. My staff is doing an incredible job of not just keeping it together, but doing well and moving forward, not without our typical hiccups along the way, but every time we face those things, we learn and we move forward. And I'm very proud of what the staff has done so far this summer. July 3rd, we spent a lot of our non-seasonal camp time preparing for July 3rd. Another event that took everybody on our team to pull off. And while it happened in July, I'm happy to talk a little bit about it now. The big part of what we did in June was getting ready for it, getting all the pieces in place, some of the changes we made, the preparations we made, new faces being involved in the process always makes things challenging, but it always makes things exciting too. So in my estimation, I think we pulled off another great event. I saw people having a blast, and not that they don't usually, but I saw people doing things in a festival format that we hadn't done maybe in a while, and I really was happy about the way it came off. So we have 3 wrap-up meetings scheduled over this month. 1 has concluded already, and we still have 2 more to go. So there'll be a little bit more of a formal wrap-up to the event after we talk to all the parties involved, including the village and PACE and the police and everybody. But we've gotten good feedback so far, so we're pretty happy about how things are going this summer. Any specific questions or concerns?
I was curious if there was any initial feedback from the bringing the shuttle back this year. How much ridership did we see?
It was limited. I have the data. It was sparse.
As in, they didn't fill up the capacity.
It wasn't highly utilized.
Okay.
So we made an attempt to do something that we had done in the past. Based on the timeline, we weren't able to do a full implementation with multiple stops along Lake Avenue and kind of what people had experienced. So the product that we offered, I think, as a team was going to serve a limited audience to begin with. Some people chose to use it. We haven't talked to PACE yet to find out how that actually went, but it wasn't overly well used. I think our community's really adapted to figuring out how they get to Gilson and get back, on bikes and foot and where to park and all that kind of stuff. I suspect that we think the busing thing is still a good idea, and that we'll continue to kind of flush it out and see, what we can do next year to provide another version of this that might be a little more popular, but.
Sure.
It used to be well utilized. There used to be a lot of people who took the buses. So as you point out, the fact that it wasn't offered for several years, that probably that's why people just got out of the practice of using the bus.
Sure.
We had public comment this meeting a few years in a row previously where folks were here asking for it to come back.
Yeah.
So I was looking for someone in the audience to tell us that they enjoyed the bus back. But hopefully maybe the word will continue to grow. But thanks for making that
And
effort.
they might need some more stops. I mean, that might be another issue because it just went from Loyola. But maybe if it stopped at the train station, at Metro, you might have gotten more. But thank you.
Sure.
Thank you.
A great event as usual, and the people I was sitting around were so surprised at how widely celebrated the fireworks were. I felt like we must have doubled our budget, and I didn't have the answer to that, so I just said, I'm sure we found a great way to do it well.
We got more bang for our buck, I guess.
Definitely.
No, it was the same
It
budget
felt like
from
we
last year,
did.
actually. So.
Multiple times,
Right.
people thought it was the finale, and it kept on going. So really well done.
Well, good. That's
And I heard that any missing children were reunited immediately.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's usually the missing parents that
Well,
are the
right.
issue, right?
Yeah.
We got everybody together.
Yeah,
We didn't
yeah.
lose anybody again this year.
That's
And the anthem was awesome.
The anthem.
And bringing back the kids' tent, thank you.
Yeah.
I heard good feedback on the layout. The folks around us having it more open in the middle and moving the stage more into the center, as well
we
as
saw
putting
people
one
actually-
of our staff up there.
People actually at the stage dancing and listening and engaging with the bands, and it felt right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
5-5, Superintendent Lindsay Thomas. Yeah, sometimes I'm still finding my feet.
That's okay. All right, so not a whole lot different. I just wanted to highlight a couple things in my report. The WOW Swim and the Back the Bull Bash were the 2 foundation events that happened in June that you've heard me talk about many, many times. Both were successful. There were 112 people that braved the waters of Lake Michigan and swam for the Wilmette Open Water Swim. They've already planned their next year's date, June 13th. I am taking bets for the color of the towel. I have my own idea, but, and then the Back the Bull Bash had over 200 attendees. We had renderings that Woodhouse Tanucci created for what a restored Wallace Bowl could look like. So people were able to kind of view those, talk about those, and the reason why the foundation's events happen. I wanted to highlight for the IAPD Best of the Best nominations opened up. The operations department is going to look into nominating two different, making nominations for two of those awards, the Best Green Practices and then the Outstanding Citizen Volunteer Award. We think we have a really great person / group that we want to try and recognize, and we've been doing so much with our district over the past year and so with everything sustainability wise and the composting that's coming and all the collaboration with the village. So we're really excited to get those nominations in. Something that wasn't in my report, but that's been happening a lot lately is block party planning. We are well underway. Another collaboration with the village that I work with their part-time special event coordinator, Ashley Siegel, on very much so. We have 7 food vendors all returning from last year, which means that they had a successful time and that they're looking to come back. Homer's Ice Cream is apparently under some new ownership, so we're still trying to work out things with them. Come on, Homer's, we really would like you to come back. I know everybody loves their ice cream. We have 19 booths in the kids zone and 18 sponsors all lined up. Both of those areas still have interested parties that I'm talking to. We just got an email today of a really unique opportunity that hopefully we'll be able to bring through. But with all of the dollars that we raise, whether it's from sponsorships in the kids zone or just the general sponsorships, whether it's the dollars from the food vendors or any other fees that we're charging for somebody to be part of the event, we are at about $36,000 thus far for the year, with more likely to come in. And this money really just offsets the cost of the event. This event, we try really, really hard to break even and just spend money on entertainment so that we are just evening ourselves out and we don't have any expenses. We split it with the village as a reminder, but it's really grown to be a nice tradition, downtown Wilmette, and really looking forward to having it back again for another year. We are still needing volunteers. I've gotten a couple emails out there from people wondering, and yes, we will be having volunteers again. We were just trying to work out a couple things. We will be bringing back volunteers in the beer tent to help pour. I know that was a favorite for many people, to be able to interact and engage with the community and help out in a meaningful way for them. So that will be out there, and hopefully we'll see some of you guys out there as well. Moving on to human resources, risk management. It's in my report, but the total number of staff hired for seasonal hiring is 582 staff. That is just between the lakefront, the pool, and summer camp staff. That doesn't include the golf and all the maintenance and all that. There are plenty more, but that is really the bulk and the largest areas. Eric Gonzalez is our human resources assistant, and he's the one that approves every background check, looks at every offer letter, and onboards everybody into the correct positions. And to think that there are people that work at the lake that have 6 different positions because of all the things they do, he really put in a ton of work this summer, and he can finally breathe a little bit more. So I just wanted to call that out, just because 582 is a large number all around, and it all goes through one person, believe it or not. So Josh talked a little bit about the remediation and all the CRC efforts that are going through, a lot of marketing communication stuff. The social media numbers just continue to impress me. I think to look at things that are up 342% is just outstanding and amazing. So that's really great. A lot of great performing content. The EV car charging survey, we have gotten a really great response. I mean, thinking that you might go to park your car at a station and there's a QR code there, and you actually take the time to scan it and then fill out an entire survey, and 26 people did that and gave great feedback. I mean, their feedback was helpful. It is useful. They went over it at the Sustainability Committee meeting the other day, and it will really help us improve and understand where people are looking for car charging stations, how often they use them, what things might be going wrong. So there was just so much great feedback. And lastly, the composting stations, which we've talked about, final contracts are in the works of being signed, and those locations should be opening up in the next few weeks. So Thornwood and Centennial are the Park District locations, so look for toters that are out there and we'll probably do something similar like we did with the EV charging stations, have a QR code for people to fill out who are using them and make sure that we're getting some answers and see how people are liking them. Lastly, I know Margaret, you thanked all of us, but the staff really, really enjoyed having you here for the past 6 months. You're not gone yet, so we still have a little bit of time left. But for the number of people, I mean, I'm so excited for Chris to start, but for the number of people that said to me, can she just stay, is really impressive. So it was 6 months that seemed to fly by, but I'm sure felt like ages at other points in time. But it's just, you've taught us a lot, and you've kept us afloat. So thank you so much for your time here, and we'll miss you.
Thank you.
Any questions on anything else?
Would you restate the block party date for anyone who
Yes,
missed it?
September 6th,
September
2025, noon to 10 p.m.
The Saturday
Lots
after
of fun.
Labor Day.
Saturday after Labor Day. So
Thank
fun.
you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Superintendent Sheila Foy. No.
Hi, Sheila.
So we received a memo last week explaining an entry that I posted to reverse an entry that posted in May, and we wanted to move it to December. If you have any questions regarding that, I'd be more than happy to talk with you about that. But the result of that is I reissued
Hate to interrupt.
the May.
Real quick.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Patrick Duffy's entering the meeting. There you go.
So the effect of that entry was about $500,000, so I decided to reissue the May financials. And that being said, the results of the district through May, after that reclass entry, was $7.7 million in actuals year-to-date, $3.1 million positive variance against the budget. Okay. Of that $3.1 million, 2.2 of it is related specifically to capital. Trying to get the capital budget and the capital expenditures in the same month is character building. I guess that's the best I could say. But that being said, I had monies budgeted about $2 million worth in May, and those, well, May and a little bit in June, but those actuals are not really going to hit the books until June and July. Okay? So there's just a timing difference. I don't know of any, I have no information that we are not going to hit our capital numbers this year. Okay? The operating surplus then makes up the difference. So we are ahead of budget on the operating surplus, about $974,000. And of that, interest income and grant income make up about $500,000 on the income side. It's like $3 and then $130,000 in interest income that we're ahead of budget, and then some smaller amounts have gone through related to that. We are still having I have not had time to focus on our utilities. It's something I'll be working on in the next couple of weeks to get you guys an answer as to why we're not, why we have such a positive variance related to utilities. But it's the next thing on my list to get to. Does anybody have any questions related to the financials? Anyone? No. Okay, great. So there's a lot of work that has to happen after we finish the audit. We have to file our financials with 9 different entities, federal and state entities, okay, and the county also. And it's not just okay, upload the financials. Like, there's usually a bunch of questions that we have to answer. Sometimes we, it's like when you, apply for a job, but you have to put everything from your resume into the system and then attach your resume. A lot of the things are like that. That's a lot of work, okay? It takes us probably about 2.5 to 3 weeks just to get through the filing of all of, with all the entities that we have to do. And there are 6 interested parties who I literally just send them our financials. Usually it's the banks that are servicing our debt. So that's, I just wanted to share that with you. The last time we did an RFP for audit services was about 6 years ago. And it's time that we do that. Just want to make sure that, the price that we're paying is appropriate, or at least, within, just want to see what our options are related to the audit. I like the auditors very much, but they understand that we do these things, so we can make sure that we're having competitive audit services for the district. I plan to have that ready for distribution at the end of July. I'm sure someone will be able to help me through what we need to do with that, but that's like scheduled for the end of July. And then unclaimed property, which is like one of my favorite topics. I know I don't get out much. That is an 11/1 due date, but we have to have a 60-day notification to everybody who has a check that has not been cashed. So we start sending out all of those letters in July. We also send letters to people who are not ready to have that money sent to the state, just to remind them that they haven't cashed their checks, so we can turn around and reissue checks to people if, they've lost a check or forgot we sent it to them or whatever. The first year that I was here, we had well over 100 and some odd checks that were sent to the state. I think last year we might have had 12. So this reminder kind of keeps the books clean and the liability appropriate, okay? And of course, last but not least, the Cook County tax bills, I heard, are scheduled to be sent out on 8/1, and the payments will be due no earlier than 9/1, which of course means we're going to be having more timing differences with the property tax bills. What else is new, right? So that's kind of it for me. Does anybody have any questions? No? Okay, great. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you, Sheila. That concludes staff reports. Unfinished business, seeing none. New business, seeing none. Agenda item 8.
For discussion of the purchase or lease of real property for the use of the Park District, including meetings held for the purpose of discussing whether a particular parcel should be acquired, as well as the setting of a price for sale or lease of property owned by the public body in accordance with sections 2C5 and 2C6 of the Open Meetings Act.
You're moving to go.
Moving to
I apologize.
Yeah, no, it's not there.
I moved to, oh gosh, do I need to read it all?
Adjourn to close session.
Go for it.
Thank you. I moved to adjourn to closed session for the discussion. I'm reading this one.
For what I just said.
For what I just said. Thank you very much.
Is there a
I
second?
think that's fine.
All in favor?
I'll second.
All right. We're in closed session.
I made it just in time for that.